it's JP here. I hope you've had a great start to the year. We are getting towards the end of February now, so we're well into it. And it's been a crazy start to the year. I'm looking forward to getting back into some of the pathway stuff. I've started a new job in that time and had a lot of things that have been going on, so now I'm right on track for the year. I feel like I'm ready to serve you and answer all your questions that you got for pathways. So the first thing that I've been asked to do is by one of the clubs is to just say, you know, how they've been asking me how do we get these guys started? What's the first thing to do? So I've just got a short video that you guys can use. You can send out to your clubs or show it in your meeting. It's really up to you. It's not super professional, but it's the best I can do in a bit of a home environment. But just to show you how to get started on Basecamp and really just get the ball rolling. Now, I'm going to go to the computer for this, so I'll quickly do that and then I'll be back. Okay, so here we are at Toastmasters International, and this is where you want to come first when you are setting up your new pathway. In a second, we're going to log in and we'll just show you how to go through that process, and I'll start you off on a few things that you'll need to finish yourself and then find your way through. If you haven't set up your path yet, I encourage you to do this because it really is the way that things are going, and it's helping a lot of people already start to see a new focus and a new energy when they're coming along to Toastmasters. We're already noticing a lot in the clubs that I've been looking after, in the sense that people are really feeling quite positive and energized about this new direction things are taking. Naturally, there are a few people that still want to go through their way, and that's cool. Just remember that you've only got a little bit of time, you know, about a year, so it was just over 2 years to go when I presented in November, December. So just be mindful of the fact that there is a limited time to get that stuff done. If you're newish, you've only a couple of projects in your CC manual, definitely jump onto Pathways and get started and just make the commitment to jump through to there. Some of the people that I know in our own clubs have been finishing off their CCs and then just making the complete jump over to Pathways. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you just how to quickly log in and get your pathway started. So we're at Toastmasters International, and here is your normal login button. You just want to make sure you log into the site like normal and make sure you know your details for a start. That'll be good. Log in there. Once you've logged in, then just go up here to Pathways, click that, and then you can see here, go to Basecamp. Head over to Basecamp, and you should be taken to this here. Now, if you haven't chosen your path yet, this is where you want to start. You want to choose yourself and then continue to path selection. Click that, follow it through. This one here where it says recommended. Now, if you haven't done your first path, you're going to get your first one free. So just go ahead and take the assessment. Select your language and start. In here, you just select all the things that you find interesting. So 3 topics that you are interested in. It's really follow your nose. Just pick the things that stick out to you and answer the question. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick 3 right here quick, just to get you started off. And then I'm going to answer questions. All right, so you can see here that it's asking me to rank certain things. So let's just say this. And then I'm just answering questions as I go, whatever they are. And as I get through further, the tool is going to help identify some paths that it believes will suit me best. Now, you can choose any, but it's going to say, based on what you've been telling us, these are the things that we recommend. So continue through that and find your way through to the end, and then choose a path. I'll just go back to that starting page. So once you've done that, and you'll either end up, and to be fair, I'm not sure if you'll end up on the Basecamp straight away or if you'll be directed back to this page. If you are, make sure you've got your own club selected and log in as member. All right, and then you're going to end up here, which is Basecamp. All right, now you can see when you first arrive here for the first time, you're going to be taken on a bit of a tour. If you don't get prompted to take a tour, as in show you a few little prompts around the screen and talk you through it, then click take the tour button and it will begin that tour. And it will show you around so that you can then become familiar with Basecamp. Go through it, read everything, and just get more familiar with it. The more that you play around, the better you'll become acquainted. You can't break anything, so don't feel like that you're going to, because you can't. And just find your way around, have a play and see what happens. After you've chosen your path and you come down to My Education Transcript, you can also click through to here. But down here you can see that I've chosen Dynamic Leadership. Now if I click on Open Curriculum, it's going to show me my level 1 project. All right, so I'm starting level 1 just like anyone else. I've done my icebreaker, and that's opened up these other things here. Now if you are starting something, down here this button would say activate. So I would activate that and then I would launch it. So if I'm going to do my icebreaker, I would launch the icebreaker, and it's going to bring up a window for me to go through and start teaching myself what I need to do in regards to the icebreaker. This is the showing me what is involved. So there's the navigation, introduction, your assignment, assess your skills where they are currently, competencies, and you can see the rest as we go. So this here, I've actually finished. That's what's taken me to the end. So I'm just going to go straight to the start. So this is where you'll end up, the navigation. It shows you how it works, and then we just want to get stuck into it. It's going to follow us through and walk us through what is required with the icebreaker. There's a little checklist here. Let's just open that quickly so you can see what it looks like. And this is going to help you prepare. Now I know that some of you are experienced Toastmasters and you may not need this checklist. That's fine. Just remember, not everyone is as experienced as you, and they're going to come across what they're going to come across. So that's the icebreaker. You follow it through, you take the assessment on how you feel previous to your speech, and then go through it and afterwards show how you feel afterward. Then you're going to have to do another speech which is based on the feedback you get. Okay, so let's just step you through, and then you've got an evaluation and feedback module, researching and presenting. Once you've done those things and you get a tick, you can complete level 1, and then you'll be able to access level 2. Now you can see that in this level 2, I can't actually tick or go into any of these things because I need to finish level 1 first. All right, so it just steps you through in a logical fashion to teach you more about your path. Okay, so I'm in this screen, I'm in my my curriculum at the moment. So let's just take me back to home. So when I hover over this and then click home, and it brings me back to here. So I was in here. I can also click through on this one, and I can open up the curriculum from here. And then we've got navigating Basecamp, my feedback, my badges, speech evaluations. So by now you've set up your path, you've got started, you've taken a tour, and you've got a little bit more familiar with Basecamp. What I'm just going to do quickly now is walk you through a little bit more of Basecamp so you feel a little bit more confident, and to help you just get a bit started. So we're going to start over here, navigating Basecamp. You can see here a few options that you can go through. We've got explore my profile, and then you've got clickable links here, work in my projects, complete my assignments, feedback and recognition, and on it goes. So there's a lot of stuff that you can educate yourself on without someone like myself just sitting here telling you how it works, because a lot of it you're not going to really know until you go in, click a few things, and find out what it says yourself. Then we've got the feedback. So if I click on the feedback, I can request feedback. So I would like feedback from, and then I can go about choosing people. This isn't something that I've actually done myself.
So until I've actually tested it, I won't know how to do it for sure. But it is something that, here we go, let's go, all of them. And say, please let me know if I could improve on my last speech. Thanks. And then I would, let's see if I can search someone. All right, so I've got Eva here. I'm going to select that and done. Okay, so Eva is someone now that I'm going to be asking for feedback. And then I can post it. And she will get it show up in her Basecamp requesting the feedback. We're not going to do that. I'm just, now that you've got an idea that that's happening. And of course, that's the first time I've ever done it. And also, Eva looks like she sent me a badge, as you can see, a week in December, 6th of December. So if we go back to now the homepage, badges, let's just look quickly at this one. Okay, and I've got my first badge here saying I've activated my dynamic leadership, and this looks like the badge that Eva has sent me. All right, and I can focus on these if I want to. I can decide that I want to get a load of badges, or I can just let them roll in. And some people are going to be excited about this and others aren't. And that's fine either way. It's really up to your club or your mentors or your members how they want to use this, if they do or don't. Speech evaluations. This is one that we've been getting a few questions about. And they say, okay, well, whose responsibility is it to upload the speeches? So upload the evaluation. So let's do my icebreaker. So I can go in here, and this is going to show me the evaluation form for the icebreaker. Let's launch that. And here it is here. Now, the thing you can see is this is a fillable PDF, okay? I can type in it, and then I can save it after I've typed in it. So there's a couple of ways that you can do it. You can fill this out at the club and then email it to the person, or you can print it off and then fill it out and then give it to the speaker, and they can just scan it and upload it. Take a picture of it and upload the pictures. Either way, whatever works. Some of our members have been writing the evaluation afterwards. Others have been sending the pictures. It just really works, whatever works for you. I would say that the speaker, though, should be the one to bring along a paper version of the evaluation form, just the same as they would be bringing along their CC manual for someone to fill out. How then that gets filled out and back to them is really between them and the evaluator, but you might have something that you set up as a club and decide that that's the way you want to do it. I think that it would be cool if you could fill it out digitally, but I know that's not always going to be practical. We've talked about that a little bit in our club meetings and our leadership meetings, and for now we've decided just to go with the paper version and later on revisit how we're going to tackle that in a digital sense. This is the last bit I'm going to show you, which is tutorials and resources. So click through to there, and what we can see is there's a few extra things that we can look through. Tutorials, evaluation resources, project descriptions, and so on. This is a good place to come to find some extra things on whatever it is that you are looking for. If you have a question, see if you can answer it here first, and if you can't, then by all means feed it back through. So that was a quick tour of the Basecamp. If you haven't set up your path yet, make sure you do that. And if you do have extra questions, feed them back through your president or VP Ed. They can get back to me and I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, so that was how to log into Basecamp. I showed you a few extra things kind of on the fly. Didn't really plan that, but I just thought might as well show you while I was there. one thing that I encourage is if you've got any more questions, and I'm sure you do, is feed them back through your president or your VP Ed, and they can get back to me, and I'll just do something like this. I'll just answer your questions, show it to you on screen. You can watch it back over and over, and that way you'll feel like you can rewatch. You don't have to join me on a webinar and only see it once, or whatever that is. So ask your VP Ed, ask your president, whatever it is that you want to know, and I'll find you the answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll find someone that does. So be sure to ask your questions. I look forward to getting another video to you soon. Alright, see you guys.